Hello friends, my name is Habib. Today we are going to learn Sass. First we have to open VS Code and then click on File, Open Folder, Documents, then we click on Create Folder and name it Sass, create and then open. And before you watch this video, make sure that you've watched my introduction to HTML and introduction to CSS. Now, what is Sass? Sass means it's tactically awesome style sheet. Sass is an alternative to CSS. Sass has much more features than CSS. So to start, I'm going to create an index.html file and a new folder called Sass. And the index.html I will write HTML5 and then click on right click and then click on Open with Live Server. Now open up your terminal in VS Code and then write npm install just g sass. But I've already installed it, so I don't need this. After that, go into the Sass folder and then create a new index.scss. There are actually two ways you can do this, .scss and .sass. But people prefer to use .scss more. I'll explain their differences in a minute. So the difference between CSS and Sass is that in Sass you can write body background color is coral. This is Sass. Sass is much like normal CSS. But if we change this SCSS to .sass, then we can remove this and also this. This is Sass. Sass is CSS but without brackets or semicolons, and SCSS is just normal CSS but with a few extra features. SCSS and Sass can do exactly the same thing, but with a few minor differences. For this tutorial, we're going to be using SCSS since that is the more popular option. Anyways, there are two ways you can compile it. First, in VS Code, install the live server extension in VS Code. Install the live Sass compiler extension in VS Code. And make sure that you also have the live server extension installed, since that is what I am using. Or you can write Sass watch and then you write the name of your Sass file, which is index.scss, and then you write the name of the CSS file you want to compile it to. You can name it anything like in.css, this.css, but you can just name it index.css. Anyways, once you have installed Sass, there are two ways to compile Sass. You can click on this Watch Sass if you install the Sass extension, Or you can write Sass /watch index.css, and the name you want the output file to be. I'm going to create a basic button tag. And the div tag with 4 items in it. That is all we need to show off all of Sass features. I'm also going to create another button. And another one with a special class. These are to show off Sass's features. Anyways, since people don't only use VS Code, I'm going to use this method, which is more accessible. And now I will link this file link rel equals style sheet href sass / index.css. These are just for Sass purposes. The first feature we're going to look at is variables. So normally in CSS we have to write root and then dash dash and then the variable name. We're going to name CSS var and give it a value of coral. As and if you want to include the variable, we have to write body background color var dash CSS var. Not only is this really inefficient, but it only has compatibility across 90% of browsers. If you're not really concerned about that, you can continue doing it this way, but a much more easier way to do it in Sass, you could just write $, and then you can write the variable name. And I get background color dash coral. So you might be wondering what's so special about this. Not only is it shorter and more efficient, but it compiles to the actual value. So this has compatibility across all browsers. Anyways, I'm here to show off the Sass features. So I'm going to write hashtag div and then normally we would have to write hashtag div h1 color crimson. That is what we would have to do normally. But since we're using Sass, we can do something called nesting. In nesting, you can nest multiple items. nest, we can nest multiple items. Anyways, I'm going to store these two variables in variables. Anyways, not only can we nest in Sass, we can also use this and sign. I'm going to demonstrate this with the buttons. Instead of writing button, hover, padding 10px, instead we can write button. You can use this and sign instead, and then you can see you can use all of these variables with the and sign. Go to use hover, padding 10px, anyways, if we can write button and the and sign supports things that use this or this, if anything uses this or anything uses this, then we can just use the and sign for it. Anyways, let me also show you about the darken function. The darken function will darken it. This is to be best. So if we use it with the button, I'm going to write background color as cream, and then color as coral, white, so instead of writing and hover, instead of writing background color, something like this, I can instead write background color is darken as cream, which is the variable name. And then we can write 25%. Darken will darken it, while lighten is going to lighten it. I am going to copy this and change this and hover to and active, and change this lighten to darken. The last thing I want to teach you about is mixins. Right, at mixin, CL, going to make two variables, bg, call, and then we can write background color, $sign bg, and then color, $sign call. But we cannot access these variables outside of the function, as Sass will seek or try to create the variables, can only access these variables inside of the function. If we want to use this function, this button, instead of writing background color is cream and color equals white, we could write at include CL $, crimson $, cream, comma, white, semicolon. You see that it still works. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, ObaCode. Bye!